Welcome to the Dog Nerd Show, where we geek out over our best friends. I'm Megan.
And I'm Michael, and this is a show about all things dog.
Hey, everybody. We hope you're having a fabulous day. We are so glad you're joining us today. And today we want to talk about ways that you can keep your dogs active and young. And y'all know we've got 2 senior dogs, and they're pretty senior. They're 17 and a half and almost 15. So they're up there in age. And as our dogs get older, just like humans, they want to sleep more. They kind of just want to stay in and, rest. But it is really important that we keep them as active as we safely can.
That is true. So a lot of things happen when you remove the dog from its normal element, which is, laying on the couch or it gets their brains moving. It releases endorphins and things of this nature that are just vital and healthy, not only for dogs, but for you too. So
yeah, staying inside the same 4 walls all day, every day is not good for any of us. Mm-mm. So it's really important that we get our dogs out and about. So the one big thing I would say, if your dogs aren't quite as old as our dogs, but they are older, it is still important to take them for walks. It is still important to get them the exercise that they really need, even if it's a shorter walk or just lower intensity. And Michael, talk about the types of surfaces that we should be looking at when we're walking our older dogs.
Right. So this may not be something that everybody can do, but if at all possible, as your dogs get older, you need to be seeking out the softer surfaces, grass, maybe a beach, things that are going to be easy on the joint. Walking on a sidewalk's great, but the problem is, and if that's all you can do, do that. But the problem is that hard impact that your dog has and that we have in general, it can hurt their joints. So if at all possible, find softer surfaces to walk them on. Yeah.
So we had a hard time with that because we have sidewalks through our neighborhood and the dogs are used to walking on the sidewalks. And when our vet told us to try to walk Finley in the grass, it was hard because he was used to walking on the sidewalk. Now that he is, really stiff and not moving as easily, we use a stroller. So we do have some options. So we've got some pictures of various options that we've tried out. So before we had to move to the stroller, we got the satchel bag, and that's really comfortable, and he seems to be comfortable in that.
Right.
And then we also have the sort of front backpack that the front part of it unzips, and you stick his little legs and arms through it, and then there's a tail hole, and you zip it up and Velcro it and strap it to yourself, and it's like a front backpack. I find that is more comfortable for me, but we're not sure it's really that comfortable for him, so we don't use it very often. We use the little bag more, but really now when he takes his walks, he's strolling. He's in the stroller.
Yeah, he's got the Mac Daddy, the Gold series, as I call it. Yeah, so
you say Mac Daddy, but I am in a Facebook group called Doggies or Duggies with Buggies. Doggies, I think it's based in the UK, and Let me tell you, there are way fancier strollers than our gold version.
Don't tell Finley that. Don't tell him that. He'll get an ego and a complex.
No, he won't get an ego.
So, guys, when Finley was getting older and I noticed that he was having a little trouble walking for any longer distance than it was just to go outside and go to the bathroom, I said, I want him to be able to participate in our activities and participate in life and mental stimuli, which is very important. And so I seeked out, and let me tell you, you can go down a rabbit hole, and I bet
he did a lot of research.
Yeah, I did a ton of research, and I looked at all the reviews, and I purchased the one I got because it could kind of handle the rougher terrain and the regular terrain, and it's been awesome.
It really has. He loves it.
Yeah, he can get out. He can go with us. He's not stuck inside. So.
And it's easier for us because I when he started having slowdowns, I would just pick him up and carry him, which is no big deal, but it's not that comfortable. And obviously he's now like 13 pounds. He was heavier. But you know, if you have a larger dog, you can't just pick up your dog and carry it. And you guys would be surprised, in this Facebook group that I am in, there are some large dogs who have strollers, and it is awesome. I'm talking labs that are like on trails. I'm sure it's expensive, but imagine how much these dogs love it. I mean, to be able to give this to them in their senior years, you know, you don't want them to just be like, oh, well, you're old, you can't come with us anymore. So there are options for big dogs as well. So, because I know you guys, if you have a 100-pound dog, you're not going to be like just picking it up on the walk and carrying it. So there are options.
Yeah, I saw some where you lowered a ramp down and the dog kind of scurried up the ramp, which is another thing too. It's not so much activities with your dogs, but it's more like, you know, health modifications of things is building the steps up to the couch or a ramp up to the house. I built a rudimentary ramp so Finley could go up and down to get on the couch. But those are things you need to think about as well. And then there's places you can go. So I know it's easy just to go outside and walk down the street and come back like you normally do, but how about just for you and your dogs, you get out and you experience dog-friendly locations. We went to one yesterday in North Georgia here, and it was a beautiful sunflower field. I'll put some photos and a video up of that, but they're dog-friendly, and there was a lot of dogs there.
There were. You just have to have a leashed dog, and it's gorgeous. It was beautiful for taking pictures with the dogs, but a good experience for them. You know, like Michael said, it gets them out of their natural environment. It gets them smelling new scents and interacting in different ways. And they loved it. They really had a good time.
They did.
And we had a good time too. So it's a nice bonding experience to do with the dogs and your spouse, your significant other. So it was really fun. So think about, you know, even locally, like we were just talking, there's a park near us it has trails, which are great. But it also just has some grassy area where we can take the dogs and just walk around, you know, because at their age, we don't have to take long walks, you know, to expend their energy. So, you know, find a grassy area near you and take your dog, because the more mobility they have, the better off they will be. So if you do have a dog that's maybe 7, 8, 9, 10, and they're getting older, because, you know, a certain breed, 7 is a senior dog. Make sure you're not stopping those walks. You know, make sure you are continuing to give them exercise to keep those joints mobile, to keep excess weight off. As you know, as they get more sedentary, they put on weight. So think about those things, because it's really important. And in saying all of this, you know, it's important if you have an older person in your life to try to encourage them to come on these excursions with you, or just to get them out of their environment. So we all need change of pace, change of scenery. Goodness, nature is so replenishing for us to get out in nature, to be off of your devices.
It is.
So it's probably as good for you as it is for your dogs.
I agree. Well, folks, we really enjoy bringing these videos to you. And if you like our content, please give us a thumbs up. That really helps us out. We put these videos out every 2 weeks. We're excited about doing them. We're excited about talking to you guys and interacting with you. So please leave a comment down below. You know, if you've got some things you do with your senior dogs, please put that down below. Also, if you don't mind, there's a little button. It says subscribe on it. It doesn't cost a dime. If you'll hit that, that would be fantastic. And then they even provide a bell. You hit that bell and it'll tell you every time we got a new video coming out if you subscribe to us. I think that's a deal of a century right there.
It is.
Yeah.
And hey, everybody, I just want to thank everyone who comments on our videos. It really is nice to hear from you. We just got another comment on our dog ate chewing gum video where somebody's 10-pound dog ate about 4 pieces of sugar-free chewing gum, and they got them to the emergency vet within 30 minutes. I am waiting to hear what happened.
Fingers crossed. Yeah,
because I hope, you know, it sounds like their dog ate less than Finley did, and they got to the vet a little bit quicker than we did. So hopefully everything's okay. But, sharing these videos, especially ones like that, are super important. It could save a life. And I hope that this pup is okay. I think what happened was after he got home from the emergency vet, he probably went online and was researching and found our video. We all know, if we've been to that emergency vet, we all know how stressful that is, and how you come home to an empty house and it's very, very lonely. So we pray that your pup is okay. Thanks for commenting. We love hearing from you guys. And if anyone has a breed that you'd like to chat about, please comment or send us an email, dognerdshow@gmail.com. We can set up a Zoom and do it virtually so we can learn all about your breed, but we'd love to chat. So definitely hit us up. You can find us everywhere on social media at Dog Nerd Show. And don't forget, go to Etsy and then search Hound and Thistle, and you can see the hats and shirts and mugs and aprons and bags and all sorts of things that I create for dog lovers. So we appreciate your support. Thanks so much for tuning in. And hey, if you have a senior dog, let us know all about your pup and what activities you like to do. There are some we cannot do with Finley because he can't really see. But it's definitely a joy to have these senior dogs. And if you have one, we know how much you cherish them as well.
Well, thanks again, guys. And until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.